Imagine settling into your cozy Airbnb, only to uncover a spine-chilling surprise that turns your dream stay into a nightmare. From haunted cabins to sinister stalkers, these real-life tales will make you think twice before booking your next trip. Join us as we dive into the eerie, unsettling, and downright terrifying stories that guests have lived to tell. You won't believe what they discovered. Don't miss out. Prepare to be on the edge of your seat. Real-life horror stories have a unique way of gripping our attention and sending shivers down our spines. When it comes to travel and accommodation, these tales take on a whole new level of significance. In our upcoming video on Airbnb horror stories, we delve into chilling experiences that will make viewers reconsider their reservations. From unexpected guests to haunted rentals, these stories are sure to captivate the audience and leave them on the edge of their seats. Imagine checking into an Airbnb cabin nestled deep in the woods, only to discover that you're not alone. This spine-chilling encounter unfolded for me, an unsuspecting guest who found themselves in a supposedly haunted rental. The eerie atmosphere of the cabin was palpable, with strange occurrences leaving me on edge throughout my stay. From unexplained whispers in the dead of night to objects moving on their own, my sense of reality was constantly questioned. The psychological impact of such an experience cannot be understated, as fear and paranoia gripped me long after I had left the cabin behind. This story serves as a stark reminder of the common fears associated with Airbnb stays: the fear of the unknown, the fear of being watched, and the fear of encountering something beyond explanation. From the moment I arrived, the cabin exuded an unsettling vibe. At night, the silence of the woods was broken by faint whispers that seemed to come from nowhere. The whispers grew louder and more insistent as the night progressed, making it impossible to sleep. To make matters worse, objects in the cabin began to move on their own. A chair would be found in a different position, doors would creak open without a breeze, and personal items would mysteriously vanish only to reappear in odd places. Each unexplained event heightened my anxiety and fueled my growing paranoia. The constant fear and unease took a heavy toll on my psyche. I began to question my own sanity, wondering if the haunting was real or if my mind was playing tricks on me. Sleep deprivation and stress compounded my fear, making it difficult to think clearly or make rational decisions. Even after leaving the cabin, I found it hard to shake off the experience. Every creak in my home, every shadow in the corner of my eye reminded me of the haunted cabin. The psychological scars left by the ordeal lingered, a haunting reminder of my terrifying stay. This chilling tale underscores the fears many people have when staying in unfamiliar places: the fear of the unknown, the fear of being watched, and the fear of encountering the supernatural are all too real for those who have had similar experiences. While most Airbnb stays are pleasant and uneventful, stories like this one serve as a cautionary reminder to be mindful of our surroundings and trust our instincts when something feels off. For me, the guest who endured the haunted cabin, my encounter was a nightmarish experience I will never forget. In a bizarre turn of events, I found myself at the center of a mystery when my Airbnb host inexplicably vanished during my stay. The sequence of events leading up to the host's disappearance remained shrouded in uncertainty, with a growing sense of unease as the hours passed without any sign of the host. Feelings of confusion and apprehension gripped me, left to navigate my stay in the absence of my supposed host. Everything seemed normal when I first arrived at the Airbnb. The host greeted me warmly, gave a quick tour of the place, and assured me they would be available if I needed anything. However, the next day, the host was nowhere to be found. Their car was gone, and there was no response to my calls or messages. As the hours turned into an entire day without any sign of the host, my initial worry turned into deep concern. The silence was deafening, and the absence of any explanation made the situation all the more unsettling. What had happened to my host? Were they in some kind of trouble? Was I safe staying in the house alone? Without the host, I felt a strange sense of isolation. The once cozy Airbnb now felt eerie and unwelcoming. I found myself jumping at every sound, constantly checking the locks and wondering if I should leave. But where would I go? I was in an unfamiliar place, far from home and completely alone. The lack of communication only heightened my anxiety. Was this a common occurrence? How well do we truly know our Airbnb hosts? These questions ran through my mind, making me second-guess my decision to stay. This unsettling experience raises important questions about trust in Airbnb accommodations. While most stays are uneventful, the disappearance of my host highlighted the vulnerabilities in the system. How thoroughly are hosts vetted? What measures are in place to ensure the safety and security of guests in such situations? The implications of such an incident extend beyond my personal experience, casting a shadow of doubt on the reliability of the Airbnb platform as a whole. As guests, we place a great deal of trust in our hosts, often without knowing much about them. This incident serves as a stark reminder that trust must be earned and maintained through transparency and accountability. In light of my experience, it's clear that more stringent measures need to be in place to protect guests. Enhanced background checks for hosts, emergency contact protocols, and better communication channels could help prevent similar incidents in the future. For me, the guest who endured this bizarre mystery, the Vanishing Host, was a jarring wake-up call. It underscored the importance of vigilance and the need for stronger safeguards within the sharing economy. While I eventually left the Airbnb without further incident, the unsettling experience will stay with me, a reminder of the fragile balance between trust and uncertainty in the world of short-term rentals. Enter the realm of the supernatural with the chilling tale of my stay in an apartment rumored to be cursed. Multiple visitors to this ominous location have reported unsettling experiences that defy rational explanation. From flickering lights and unexplained shadows to eerie whispers in the dead of night, the strange phenomena I encountered painted a picture of a place steeped in mystery and dread. From the moment I stepped into the apartment, I felt an inexplicable chill in the air. The lights flickered intermittently, casting ominous shadows on the walls. At first I brushed it off as a minor electrical issue, but as the night wore on, the sense of unease grew stronger. The whispers began, faint, almost imperceptible at first, but unmistakably there. They seemed to come from the walls themselves, filling the room with an eerie presence. Sleep was elusive, as every creak of the floorboards and rustle of the curtains heightened my anxiety. At one point, I saw a shadow move across the room, though there was no one else there. It was as if the apartment itself was alive, watching my every move. The legends surrounding the cursed apartment only deepened my sense of unease. According to local lore, the apartment was the site of a series of tragic events, including untimely deaths and mysterious disappearances. Some believed that the restless spirits of those who perished there still haunted the apartment, seeking closure or revenge. One particularly chilling story involved a former tenant who reportedly went mad, claiming to see visions of the past occupants. The tenant's diary, discovered after their disappearance, detailed horrific encounters with ghostly apparitions and strange symbols that appeared on the walls. The impact of my stay in the cursed apartment lingered long after I left. Every time I closed my eyes, I could still hear the whispers and see the shadows. The fear and uncertainty I felt during my stay followed me home, making it difficult to sleep or focus on anything else. I found myself constantly looking over my shoulder, afraid that the spirits had followed me. Friends and family noticed the change in me, commenting on my anxious demeanor and lack of sleep. Sharing my experience with them brought little comfort, as most dismissed it as mere imagination or a series of coincidences. But I knew what I had experienced, and the memory of that cursed apartment haunted me. This story serves as a stark reminder of the thin veil between the known and the unknown, where the supernatural lurks just beyond our comprehension. The cursed apartment stands as a testament to the mysteries that defy rational explanation, challenging our understanding of reality. For those brave enough to venture into such places, be warned, the supernatural is not to be taken lightly. The fear and uncertainty it brings can leave lasting scars, a haunting reminder of the delicate balance between our world and the unknown. Prepare to be on the edge of your seat as I unravel the harrowing ordeal of uncovering a chilling truth. I was being stalked in my Airbnb rental. What started as a seemingly ordinary stay quickly descended into a nightmare as my sense of danger and paranoia escalated with each passing moment. The feeling of being watched, the unexplained sounds in the night, the unsettling presence lurking just out of sight, all pointed to a sinister reality that I could no longer ignore. When I first arrived at the Airbnb, everything seemed normal. The host had excellent reviews, the property looked exactly like the photos, and the neighborhood appeared safe. However, on the second night, I started noticing strange things. It began with the feeling of being watched, an inexplicable sensation that sent shivers down my spine. As the night wore on, I heard soft footsteps outside my window, and saw shadows moving in the darkness. At first, I tried to rationalize it. Perhaps it was just an animal or a neighbor. But the sounds grew more persistent, and the sense of being watched became more intense. I couldn't shake the feeling that someone was there, lurking just out of sight. The next few nights were a blur of anxiety and fear. I barely slept, my mind racing with thoughts of who or what could be stalking me. One night, I found my belongings had been moved, though I was sure I had left them in a different place. Panic set in as I realized that someone had been inside the apartment while I was asleep. I started to notice other signs, a door left ajar that I was certain I had closed, a window unlocked that I had latched shut. Each incident heightened my sense of vulnerability. The final straw came when I discovered a note slipped under my door with a chilling message, "I'm watching you." Terrified, I contacted Airbnb's customer service and the local authorities. The response was immediate. I was relocated to a different property and given assurances that an investigation would be conducted. The authorities took my report seriously and began their own inquiries into the incident. Although I was no longer in immediate danger, the experience left me deeply shaken. I couldn't stop thinking about how easily my stay had turned into a nightmare, and how vulnerable I had been. This story sheds light on the importance of security measures in Airbnb properties and the potential risks that come with using short-term rental services. While my situation was extreme, it underscored the need for personal safety and vigilance when staying in unfamiliar accommodations. Here are some key takeaways to safeguard yourself against potential threats. Research thoroughly. Check reviews and ratings of both the property and the host. Look for any red flags or negative experiences from previous guests. Verify security. Ensure the property has adequate security measures, such as secure locks, well-lit entrances, and possibly even surveillance cameras. Stay connected. Share your travel plans and accommodation details with friends or family. Keep them updated on your whereabouts. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, don't hesitate to leave and find alternative accommodations. Your safety is paramount. Emergency plan. Know the local emergency numbers and have a plan in place for what to do if you feel threatened. My experience serves as a stark reminder to prioritize personal safety and be proactive in safeguarding against potential threats. While Airbnb and similar platforms offer convenience and affordability, it's crucial to remain vigilant and aware of the risks. Trust your instincts, take precautions, and ensure that your stay is both enjoyable and secure. Step into a world of mystery and intrigue as we delve into the unsettling case of guests who discovered their belongings mysteriously disappearing in an Airbnb rental. Imagine the shock and confusion that washed over us as we realized our possessions had vanished without a trace. The sense of fear and vulnerability that followed was palpable, as the sanctity of our personal space was violated in the most unsettling way. Was it a case of theft, a miscommunication, or something more sinister at play? The possible explanations for the disappearing items remain shrouded in uncertainty, leaving us grappling with unanswered questions and a lingering sense of unease. Everything seemed perfect when we first checked into the Airbnb. The host was friendly, the apartment was clean, and we were looking forward to a relaxing stay. However, it wasn't long before we noticed that some of our belongings were missing. It started with small items, a phone charger, a pair of sunglasses, things that could easily be misplaced. We didn't think much of it at first, assuming we had simply forgotten where we left them. As more items began to disappear, the situation became impossible to ignore. Books, clothing, and even a laptop vanished without a trace. Each morning we woke up to find something else missing, increasing our anxiety and fear. The locks on the doors and windows were secure, and there were no signs of forced entry, leaving us baffled. The disappearance of our belongings turned our relaxing vacation into a stressful ordeal. We felt vulnerable and violated, as if someone was intruding on our private space, watching our every move. The sense of helplessness was overwhelming. Desperate for answers, we contacted our host, who expressed surprise and concern but had no explanation. We also reached out to Airbnb's customer service, who promised to look into the matter. Meanwhile, we were left to ponder the possible explanations. Was it a clever thief with a key, a miscommunication with the host, or something more sinister and inexplicable? Despite our efforts, the mystery remained unsolved. The host assured us that no one else had access to the apartment, and Airbnb's investigation turned up no leads. The lack of answers only deepened our unease, leaving us with a lingering sense of dread. This unsettling experience serves as a cautionary tale, highlighting the importance of taking proactive measures to safeguard personal belongings while staying in Airbnb accommodations. Here are some key steps to protect yourself. Use secure locks. Ensure that the property has secure locks on all doors and windows. Consider using additional travel locks for extra security. Keep valuables out of sight. Store valuable items in a safe or hidden location. Avoid leaving them out in the open where they can easily be taken. Communicate clearly. Discuss privacy and security expectations with your host before and during your stay. Make sure you understand who has access to the property. Monitor your belongings. Keep an inventory of your belongings and check regularly to ensure nothing is missing. Report any discrepancies immediately. Emergency plan. Have a plan in place for what to do if your belongings go missing. Know how to contact Airbnb's customer service and the local authorities. Our story serves as a stark reminder of the potential risks associated with short-term rentals and the importance of vigilance. While most Airbnb stays are pleasant and secure, it's crucial to be proactive about your safety and the security of your belongings. By taking these precautions, you can help ensure that your stay is both enjoyable and safe, free from the unsettling mystery of disappearing possessions. Embark on a journey into the unknown as I recount the unnerving experience of guests who found themselves haunted by unexplained noises in their Airbnb rental. The tension in the air was palpable as we grappled with the mysterious sounds that seemed to echo through the walls, sending shivers down our spines. Each creak, each whisper, each unidentifiable noise only served to escalate our fear and uncertainty, creating a sense of dread that lingered long after the noises had ceased. We arrived at the Airbnb with high expectations, eager to enjoy our stay in a charming old house nestled in a quiet neighborhood. The first night, however, shattered our sense of peace. As we settled in, strange noises began to fill the house. At first it was just the occasional creak, which we attributed to the house settling. But soon, the sounds became more frequent and unsettling. The whispers were the most disturbing. In the dead of night we could hear faint, indistinct voices that seemed to come from within the walls. The sounds were too soft to understand, but unmistakably present. As we lay in bed, the whispers grew louder, accompanied by the sound of footsteps in the hallway, though no one was there. Each noise heightened our fear, making it impossible to sleep. Our attempts to rationalize the sounds failed. We checked the house thoroughly, but there was no logical explanation. The eerie noises continued each night, leaving us exhausted and on edge. The sense of being watched was overwhelming, and we started to dread the nightfall. The psychological toll of prolonged fear and unease weighed heavily on us. The constant tension affected our moods and behavior. We found ourselves snapping at each other over trivial matters, our nerves frayed by the relentless haunting. The lack of sleep and constant anxiety left us questioning our sense of safety in the unfamiliar surroundings. We debated leaving early but felt trapped by our situation. Where would we go? How would we explain our fears to others without sounding irrational? The experience was isolating, compounding our sense of dread. This story shines a light on the fear of the unknown that can accompany stays in unfamiliar accommodations. The unexplained noises blurred the line between reality and the supernatural, making us question what was real and what was imagined. The house, once charming and inviting, had become a place of terror. Our haunting experience serves as a reminder of the thin line between reality and the supernatural we tread when venturing into uncharted territory. Here are some steps to take if you find yourself in a similar situation. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, trust your gut. Your safety and well-being are paramount. Document everything. Keep a record of the noises and any other strange occurrences. This can help if you need to report the issue to the host or Airbnb. Communicate with the host. Inform the host of the disturbances. They may have an explanation or be able to offer a solution. Consider relocating. If the fear and unease become unbearable, don't hesitate to find alternative accommodations. Your peace of mind is worth it. Seek support. Share your experience with friends or family. Sometimes an outside perspective can help you make sense of the situation. Our story is a cautionary tale about the unknown risks that can come with staying in unfamiliar places. While most Airbnb stays are uneventful, it's important to be prepared for the unexpected. By taking these precautions, you can help ensure that your stay is safe and enjoyable, even when venturing into the unknown. In this video, we delved into a collection of spine-tingling Airbnb horror stories that will make you think twice before booking your next stay. From haunted cabins to mysterious disappearances, Each tale served as a cautionary reminder of the potential risks that come with short-term rentals. The overarching theme of caution and awareness echoed throughout, emphasizing the importance of vigilance and safety measures when using platforms like Airbnb. Trust your instincts. If something feels off about your accommodation or the host, don't hesitate to act on your instincts. Your safety and well-being are paramount. Communicate openly. Keep an open line of communication with your host. Clear expectations and prompt reporting of any issues can help prevent misunderstandings and ensure a smoother stay. Prioritize safety. Take proactive measures to safeguard your personal belongings and ensure your own security. Use secure locks, keep valuables out of sight, and be aware of your surroundings. We encourage you to trust your instincts, communicate openly with hosts, and prioritize your well-being during your travels. If you found these stories as gripping as we did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to spread awareness and keep others informed. Together we can create a community of informed travelers who prioritize safety and security in all their adventures. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us on this journey through some truly chilling Airbnb horror stories. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and happy travels.